The Sonic Boom: How Sound Transforms the Way We Think, Feel, and Buy by Joel Beckerman is a book about how the author deems sonic branding is the new way of the future as far as marketing. He goes through many examples stating why sound branding works, shows examples of how it does. Disneyland, the Bullet Mustang, his work with AT&T, even Sunday Night Football into the Super Bowl a few years ago. He lays out a great story about it, and some good examples of research done regarding how things taste differently because we hear them differently. So it was kind of interesting to see that. But doing a little more research, come up with sonic branding as a way to increase your brand's awareness. It differentiates you from your competitors. It connects you with your audience on a deeper level, which I found that one interesting because it really does take you through to a different time and place with the right sounds. His big example is the ice cream truck. If you think about it, it absolutely invokes a feeling that not much of anything else ever would. Just hearing that sound come down the street before you can even see the ice cream truck, you know what you want. And to think that just a little melody equates to a sale, a fantastic idea to think to turn that into a larger scale. He uses what he calls anthems with his AT&T work to show how tying in a whole strategy, what you hear in the store, what you hear before the store, what you hear on the commercials, it all ties in together, allowing the user to have a feeling of comfort, of familiarity with what the product is and what they just can expect out of it. It's important to him that companies start to transform shopping malls or convenience stores or whatever your business is into sonic landscapes. Map out where you want sound, where you don't want sound, to either excite or calm the experience goer. Disney World does a great job of this. They create different zones. They've got the World of Tomorrow, they've got the Main Street, and they have to separate them with just using sound because they are right next to each other, so they can't space them apart. So what they do is angle sound. They have no sounds in between to kind of decompress, and then they have the new sounds when you walk in there. So you're really doubling, tripling your space by just changing the sounds. Awesome concept, worked great. The thing that interests me was when he was talking about the football time. He was working with the Super Bowl, and how his use of sound created an experience and helped with the game. Didn't quite buy that because I've watched a lot of the games. I'd rather hear the announcers rather than listen to the music, so I don't agree with him quite that it goes that deep. But I think it is important because once you hear this, you're transformed into a Sunday night in the fall, in the crisp weather. It invokes feelings for me, and that was a boom moment that he talks about in the book. And I think it's incredible to actually see that and feel that when you think about it, and kind of pay attention to it a little more, then absolutely that sound will help. As far as his whole worldview of changing it, I'm not sure I buy into it. I think it's great for learning about new products and establishing brand recognition. Intel, everyone knows that one. So it is important to see stuff like that. But I think too much of a good thing could be a bad thing. So much nowadays noise takes over. You see people with headphones in more than people without headphones. What good would sonic branding do outside of a store if someone's got their own music in? And then he kind of talks about going into a little pervasive world of penetrating that sound, of coming into your space. You give up your permissions anyway, so let's just take over your hearing now too. It may work, not a fan of it. We'll just have to see in the future how it does. So will sonic branding, or the sonic boom moments that the author talks about, revolutionize the world? It may. It may change a few things about advertising. I don't think it's going to have the massive effect that he wants, just simply because I think people will start to tune even that out. Too much, like I said, too much of a good thing is usually not a good thing. But it was a fun read. It was something interesting to learn about. Definitely some things that I'll be looking for in the future, seeing what's out there.